Hello, this is the Will Parker, the fish consultant officer of the vopwa farm. We came today to give you some seminar about fish farming in Nigeria here. Although I call William Kufor Ibrahim, I'm from Ghana, from the greater Accra region of Ghana. So I came here to give the people some more advice on fish farming, what we're doing here in Nigeria. So we can give you the species of the fish we maintain in our area. Especially it's advisable for the farmer to have the catfish and tilapia, sea carpio, and nail perch. It's very important for you to start those kind of fishes into your pond so that it will help you. Okay? So what type of catfish you can stock into your pond? We have several kind of catfish. Then we have a pure clarias, Dutch clarias, heterobranco, stickleback, and some other clarias, some other catfish, different catfish. We still have again catfish, we still have baggers, bayat, and other species. Then we now talk about the tilapia. The tilapia, we have a zilai tilapia, we have a normal tilapia, we have a discus tilapia, then we have a fire tilapia. So these are the kind of species of the tilapia you would like to maintain them. Okay, so now when we talk about the catfish, how are you going to start stocking your fish, or how are you going to start the fish farming business? If you want to start the fish farming business, okay, let's see what we're going to do here. Let me take it away. I'm stocking my fish. You can now see what is happening. Follow me, you can now see what is happening here. Where I catch my fish. This what I call is nursery pond. I can nozzle my fish here. This is a nursery pond. And this is a drum I reserve my water inside. Anytime I'm hatching, when I'm having the scarcity of water, I manage this so that I can now hatch. Let's go into the vat and you can now see whatever is happening here. This is the vat I constructed with wood and then trampoline so that I can be able to hatch my fish. This is what I call artemia. This artemia is for feeding fries. This is what I call overprim. Overprim is to inject the female broodstock before you now strip out the egg from her belly. This is what I call saline solution. Saline solution is what we use to spawn the egg of the broodstock. And this is what I call it aerator. Aerator, this is to control the temperature of the water and some other things. This is what I call it heater. This work for me to use it to generate heat into my hatchery. I can now put the battery here, put the charcoal here, then I on my heater. There is a fan inside to be blowing the charcoal so that all the heat will generate inside my room variable. Okay, this is what I call pen type. This is what before I hatch, I can now take this and test the temperature of my water. You can see it, pen type can give me the thermometer and the pH of the water. Then we now came back again to show you some things that we can do. This is my vat. I can now on my vat like this. You can now see the water is dropping into the vat. When I on it, this is aerator. This is what I'll aerate my water with it to control the temperature of that water. This is the outlet of my vat. If I on it like this, my water should be going. Okay? This is my aquarium transparent glass where I keep some fries into it so that you can now see it very well. You can see some fries are flies swimming inside the water. You can see them. Look at them, very tiny on the surface of water. Then we came back here. You now look at the tilapia. The fries, you can see them running. You can see them running tilapia. Okay. So now I want to take you to the part that I dug the pond. Now to stock my tilapia and the catfish. Okay? We're going to the arching pond side so that you can now see whatever we're doing. This is Will Parker Fish Consultancy. William Kufor Ibrahim, I'm from Ghana. Now this is the new hatchery I'm building here. I cannot do the business very well. To establish and to expand the business to become a bigger business. So that everybody can come here to get it. Much consultancy. This is a well. I use here sometimes to pack up the water into the pond and now do some other experiment with the water. This is the first pond. I call it pond A. Then in this pond I still have another species of a fish called Heterotis neleticus. They have a Heterotis neleticus here. Those neleticus become they eat grass, how they enjoy their lives, they grow faster. This is where I stock my pure clarius. You can see how the pond is. Now the pond is empty. If you want to stock your fish, you have to treat the pond clearly so that your pond should be ready for you to stock the fry. Okay, let's go to the next pond of the tilapia. Okay, this is the tilapia pond where I stock tilapia and nail patch here. If you want to know much about tilapia and nail patch, okay, I can now give you some detail about them to understand how tilapia and nail patch can live in the same pond. The reason why we stock the tilapia and nail patch in the same pond is that the tilapia they multiply quickly, while the nail patch they feed on tilapia because the nail patch cannot eat the normal food, dry food. The nail patch can only eat the flesh. So that's why we stock the tilapia while they are overpopulated in the pond, and now the nail patch can be fed on this so that they can grow bigger. The nail patch is a biggest fish on the fresh water, can be able to weigh 200 kilograms after 2 years. Then let's go to the hybrid species. Here we have a fish from marine here. When I go into the hybrid pond, this is the last pond in my farm here, you can now see it. You can see the last pond here, we're talking about the hybrid fish. Here I stock my hybrid. Here they're doing very good here. You can now see the pond here. Very nice pond, biggest pond, and here I can now stock my fish up to 10,000 fishes inside. I have a hybrid species here. So for fish farming is a good business, but many people doesn't understand the business. They jump into it like that, at the end of the day become a failure to them. If you want to stock fish, make sure you look for an expert to put you through whatever you're doing, so that you can now aim what you're doing. A business is good for you to do it and be having a great lever into it to do the business very well. Somebody will just come here, stack his money, and whatever you just got away, leave it, doesn't care about it. You cannot feed your fish. If you stock fish, definitely you find a feed and keep it on ground so that you feed your fish very well. People doesn't do that. They always just buy the fish and start at it, they go away, they didn't get it, they care about the fish and they just run away, leave the fish, don't care about it. That's why we now advise people, if you don't want to spend much, you spend less and gain more in fish farming. How are you going to do that? Ask me, I cannot put you through. This is Willie Parker, Kufor Ibrahim. I want to tell you one thing. If you want to enjoy or to gain more in fish farming, if you're a fish farming, you maintain catfish only in your farm. What you're gonna do here is that after you treat your pond, you dug the hatching pond, you now treat the pond. In the next 2 weeks, what you're gonna do here is that before you stock that fish, you fertilize that pond. You can fertilize your pond with chicken dunks, with lime, rolling, and some other chemical. Well, after the fertilization here, you fertilize the ponds and you can now grow up your fingerlings, or both juveniles or shooters. Anyone you brought them into the pond, you now came to stock this fish, not that you carry a fish, you throw it away into the pond. No, you pack the fish inside a cage or inside a bowl. You drop it gently into the pond. As you drop it, you just turn up your cake gently. You remove the cake or you remove your bowl gently. After you remove that, so your fish cannot feel the stress. After that, you apply the stress on them so that they cannot feel any stress. You stock your fish, you cannot feed them that same day. You now look for tilapia. Tilapia, you look for Zeli tilapia species. You now stock into the pond. The Zeli tilapia will be multiplied in that pond so that you cannot spend a lot of money for buying feed and for feeding your fish. you will be feeding them once in a while a day. In case of feeding them 3 times daily, you now feed them twice a day. Before it will come a certain time that you will feed them only once in the day because you have delight tilapia into the pond. This is how you enjoy your fish. At least if your fish having a fungus problem, you know how to rectify. Look for an expert and put you through it to treat your fishes. You cannot have much mortality or anything casualty like this. And we're saying here we come back to tilapia pond. Tilapia are the analytical fish. They always lack oxygen and whatever. Tilapia, you stock your tilapia into the pond. You now look for an aerator. Look for aerator. You start aerating your water because you don't want them to die or whatever because they like oxygen, and you feed them on always. But if you want to do a monosex for tilapia, you look for an oxymum gratism, that's scent leaf. You now culture them. You make the experiment to brought some your transparent glasses. You measure all the equipment and whatever you put them through. You scale it, make sure you are correct. Then you now mix the feed for them. You'll be feeding them within the 3 days. They will be cultured. They cannot breed naturally again. They can only keep on growing bigger the way you like it. So what we're saying here is that we're gonna give you a latest videos next week about fish farming here. This is Willie for. I'm here with my editor Rabu and Ishola. Here we say goodbye from Vopwa Farm at Radio side. Goodbye. You go and watch.